Guys, what's up, Will? And just want to talk about the 10 core principles of Burning Man and how I feel that within the past few months, the community has gotten away from these principles. So let's look at these. Anyone may be part of Burning Man. The stranger, no prerequisites exist. So those who are saying we should gather names and not allow them to go to the next burn, you should really think about radical inclusion. Burning Man is devoted to the act of gift giving. The value of the gift is unconditional. Gifting does not contemplate a return or an exchange of something for equal value. Now, this is, of course, talking about the gifting economy within Burning Man. But it's kind of funny now that Burning Man is requesting this money from the government, saying that we're never going to be able to have a burn again if we don't take this money. It's kind of the opposite of gift giving. I know that's not what this is talking about, but it's just a little ironic. Decommodification. In order to preserve the spirit of giving, community seeks to create social environments unmediated by corporate sponsorships, transactions, or advertising. We stand ready to protect our culture from such exploitation. We resist the substitution of consumption for participatory experience. But yet the same leadership want to basically commodify Burning Man, say that we have to take this money from the government. That's commercial transaction and advertising of some sorts, it appears to me. It's just bizarre. Radical self-reliance encourages the individual to discover, exercise, and rely on his individual resources. But yet the leadership tries to tell everybody what they can do. Basically, the leadership says, no, you're not allowed to burn. But hey, we can hold our private fly ranch event. But no, you just can't do the burn. But like, we're going to have our own burn. You just can't do it. That's not radical self-reliance, and the leadership is getting very far away from this. Scary. Radical self-expression arises from the unique gifts of the individual, so only you know what the gift is, right? No one other than you can determine its content of the gift. It's offered as a gift to others. In this spirit, the giver should respect the rights and liberties of the recipient. But in many ways, people's own opinions are their own gifts. It's their own self-expression. So the people who are saying this is what the leadership says and nobody else is able to have their own opinion is not allowing self-expression. That's bizarre. Communal effort. Create cooperation and collaboration. Strive to produce and promote and protect social networks, public spaces, works of art, and methods of communication that support such interaction. Again, here leadership has gotten away from this. Rather than creative cooperation, the leadership has said, this is what we are telling you to do, and we're going to do different. We're going to have our own little private event, but we're going to tell you not to do it, and we're going to scorn those who are doing the radical self-reliance. We're going to scorn those who are doing the same thing that we are doing. We're scorning those who did their own open burn, but yet they're hosting their own private burn. It's very, very double standards. You know, begging for money is also. Civic responsibility. Community members should assume responsibility for public welfare and endeavor to communicate civic responsibilities to participants. They must also assume responsibility for conducting events in accordance with local, state, and federal laws. Here, this is where it gets really bizarre, because this never says that those who want to organize the events then are in charge of stopping everybody. No, it says in accordance with local, state, and federal laws. And the free burn was following all of those. BLM welcomed it. A lot of the communities around it wanted more sales and needed money. So it's funny that the responsibility for the public welfare is not supposed to entail you telling people they can't go. It's you helping people be safe who decide to go. But yet you tell people they can't go, that they're being unsafe, while you host your own private fly. Oh, that just infuriates me. I don't know. That just upsets me. Leave no trace. We're committed to leaving no physical trace of our activities wherever we gather them. We clean ourselves up wherever possible in a better state where we found them. Now here, someone could use this as saying, well, we shouldn't have a burn at all. And that's not really what Leave No Trace is. I come from the hiking side of this. I'm an Eagle Scout. Just really enjoy hiking in the outdoors. And what Leave No Trace is, it's a bit of a misnomer. It's leave little trace. Leave as little as possible, because we're always going to have our footsteps. We're going to have our carbon footprint. We're going to go to the bathroom. We're going to drop water. We're going to leave food in places, crumbs. We leave traces. We're humans. You can't say leave no trace. That's unattainable. I mean, everybody knows it's leave no trace by the name, but it needs to be talked about in the community that it's leave little trace. We're not that doesn't condone allowing trash. No, let's leave no trash. But to suggest that there could be no trace of us on the playa, that humanity leaves a trace. So that's just bizarre. Participation is the next one. Radically participatory ethic, transformative change in the individual society only through deeply personal participation. We achieve through doing. Everyone is invited to work, everyone is invited to play, real world actions that open the hearts. But yet that's not what we see here. We see a leadership that says, no, you're not allowed to, but we're going to have our own private one, but you're not allowed to. So rather than being radically participatory, they're radically exclusivatory. Don't know if that's a word, but that's actually also what the people are doing who are gathering names. Hey, these people shouldn't be allowed to buy tickets. Being radically exclusivatory? Exclusive? Like, it's bizarre. Like, everyone is invited to play. So the leadership needs to really understand that even in the way that they were conveying their own opinions onto the community was wrong. They should say, I hope that you are safe in going and this and that, but for me, my choice is that I have decided that it is not worth the weight of my soul on possibly getting somebody sick, and possibly wondering down the lines, did I kill somebody and not know it? Like, that's your own moral struggle, my friend. Personally, looking back at this, anybody who goes out in public and is scared and is wearing their own little cloth mask and is scared of anybody else, they need to have a better mask. Period. Nothing else. Look, we know this. If it's your fear, then you can take the precautions. If you wish to live in a bubble, you can actually do that. You can even buy a hyperbaric chamber if you want to live at constant pressure in the bubble. Or even change the pressure, higher pressure or lower pressure, whatever you wish. Well, I don't know if it goes lower, but it sounds like a vacuum. Whatever. You can live in space. Sure, there you go. It'll work. Whatever you want to do, it's about participation. Letting people participate. Helping them participate safely. That's what this is. That's what the civic responsibility is. It's part of the participation. It's a higher duty of the leadership saying that, look, you're there to help people who come in. Some of these people aren't going to have a clue, so we're going to need to help provide for them. But we need to also help provide education, teaching them on how to provide for themselves. It's not just a handout, it's education also. Immediacy. Immediate experience is the most important touchstone of value in our culture. We seek to overcome the barriers that stand between us and recognition of our inner selves and those around us participation in this society immediately in contact with a natural world exceeding human powers. But the leadership has gotten far away from that. They have decided of their own opinions. Because, look, we're talking right back here civic responsibility, right? Conducting events with local, state, and federal laws, right? They have decided to go against the federal, the local, state, and federal laws, which was the BLM and the social distancing and, don't congregate in groups of more than this size. And, just these standard things that everyone was doing. And they've decided that the immediate experience, anybody wanting to participate in that was not important because of their own opinions. Their own opinions outside of their civic responsibility. Because a civic responsibility is to help them the welfare and to communicate responsibilities to other participants. It is not your civic responsibility to stop participation. Immediacy says that this is immediately important now. We must allow people to participate now. We must allow them the information on how to responsibly participate now while leaving as little trace as possible. It's that easy. These are the core principles. No idea can substitute for this experience in the natural world, right? The multiverse does not substitute for us. It does not. Period. These are the core principles so that Burning Man does not divert away from where it is supposed to have been. And the people who are preaching against other opinions, it's very bizarre. It's very, very against Burning Man. So guys, you need to really do some thinking and some understanding of what these core principles really mean. And does it mean that you need to assert your beliefs onto others? That's the diversion. That's where we divert, where we diverge. Because I don't think you have any right at all. It's in the principles. Guys, I'm out. Take care. Peace.